The smart speaker market has really taken off over the past couple of years, and despite having only given us one size of speaker when it first launched the HomePod a few years ago, there's finally a smaller one in town, the HomePod Mini. But should you buy it over an Echo Dot? I'm Cam Bunton from Pocket-lint, and in this video I'm going to hopefully help you decide. And while you're here, it would be absolutely tremendous if you'd hit that like button, of course if you like this video, subscribe and tap the little notification bell to make sure you don't miss any more of our uploads. Now, the look and the feel of a device might not be all that important if you're looking for something functional more than something pretty, but the truth is, these two speakers are similar looking anyway. They're both small, canvas-coated mini globes, and are practically the same size. But what does make a difference are other areas of the design. For instance, the Echo Dot has 4 physical buttons, each different shapes. That means if you're fumbling around in the dark, you can feel which button is which before you press it. Having 4 distinct buttons also means you know what they do pretty much instinctively. Volume up and down is self-explanatory, while the mute button is pretty easy to figure out too. Apple has gone with an all-touch sensitive surface, and for basic functions it works well enough. If you have music playing, you can just tap to pause, and then tap again to play, or tap the left and the right side to adjust the volume. But in truth, when it comes to controlling music, it's often easier just to use a voice command, which they can both do. So whether you want to tell it to skip to the next track or turn the volume up or down, you can just use your voice. Both light up to let you know when they're listening for a command too, so if you say "Hey Siri," you get the almost nebulous glow on the top panel letting you know Siri is listening, while Alexa gives you that simpler and arguably visually clearer blue LED ring around the base that reflects off the surface that it's sat on. The other design choice that makes a difference is that Amazon has put a 3.5mm port in the back of its Echo Dot. So if you want to add Alexa Smart to an existing but better sounding sound system, you can plug it into a speaker or amp port that you already have. HomePod doesn't give you that functionality. So on to music, and here there are a couple of ways that you can judge these. Firstly, there's compatible services. So if you're an Apple Music subscriber, it just makes sense to go with a HomePod. In our experience, it's been more reliable when it comes to responding to requests to play the music in the way that we like. The thing that stands out for me is when you ask it to shuffle one of your playlists. Alexa just hasn't seemed to have understood the command when it comes to Apple Music. It just plays through the playlist in the order that you added tracks to it, no matter if you ask it to shuffle, and no matter if it says it's responded and understood your command. So in a similar vein, Echo misunderstands other requests too. Sometimes. So as a specific instance, if I ask HomePod to play the orchestral version of Space by Biffy Clyro, it'll play that song, whereas the Echo seems to only hear the orchestral part of that phrase and just plays random orchestral music. If you have an iPhone, the HomePod is also really easy to control, so you can either open up the Home app and select the speaker and control the music from there, or if you're near your speaker, you can just put your phone next to it and then tap the pop-up widget that appears on your screen. You can also easily transfer between the phone and the speaker using AirPlay as well. With Amazon Echo though, the strength is in compatibility. It lets you use Apple Music, but also supports more providers. So for Spotify subscribers, not only does it let you use voice actions to play your Spotify playlists and albums, but also works with the Spotify Connect service. So you can control it from within the Spotify app once that music is playing. You can also control it from the Alexa app if you want to. Now, the other way, of course, to judge it is through sound quality, and if this is the thing that's most important to you with these tiny speakers, then again, the HomePod is the one to go for. In comparison, I found the Echo Dot sound noticeably more distorted and less clear, and bass wasn't as tightly controlled as the HomePod, but then, given the price difference, that's not really all that surprising. They'll both fill a small room with sound quite comfortably, but the Echo app does give you a bit more control over the sound, so you can balance the EQ if you want to adjust the highs, the mids and the bass frequencies to your liking. Still, regardless of any tweaking, the HomePod was the clearer and crisper sounding of the two, and coped better with lower bass notes. They just didn't seem to fall off a cliff as much as they might on the Echo. Now, if you're buying a smart speaker because you want smart home control, there really is only one real choice here, and that's Echo. Apple's is still quite limited because you can only really control HomeKit compatible devices with it, and there aren't as many of those as there are Alexa compatible services. In my particular home, filled with various brands of smart lighting, heating and robot vacuums, the HomePod only controls my Nanoleaf panel on the wall behind me, and my smart thermostat, whereas Alexa controls all of it. Even my vacuum can be controlled by Alexa. As for other features, both will let you set reminders or broadcast to the other Echo or HomePod devices in the house or use them as an intercom. Plus you can set timers, alarms, or ask it for the weather, or make use of their various funny Easter eggs and jokes and games. So in the end, when it comes to choosing between these two, it'll come down probably to a couple of different things. First of all, the price. If you want to save money, get the Echo. And if you want a smart home control, get the Echo. If you want cross-platform music support, get the Echo. However, if the most important thing to you is the better quality sounding music, or you're an Apple Music subscriber with iPhones in your house, then the HomePod is a very sensible choice too. Because as a music player, it's fantastic. I've been Cam from Pocket-lint. You can find me on social media. I'm at Cam Bunton. Again, if you did like this video, it would mean a great deal if you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any more. Bye for now.